Each month, I'll just simply share who has connected that maybe you haven't met yet. A name, John Cowden down in Tampa, Florida. John has got a pretty good deal that he's got going on where he takes older hotels and turns them into living facilities. And he's constantly raising capital for his efforts. He's doing a project in Orlando right now. Dana is here with us from North Carolina. She's become a great regular. It's awesome. She's also a commercial real estate and residential real estate coach, and she's got quite a portfolio and quite a career. She's somebody you want to tap into. Hillary Graves out of York, Pennsylvania. I don't see her here on the call, but she was sponsored also by Chris Socklaben. Joseph Stratton. Don't see Joseph with us on the call, but he's also in St. Louis. Joseph's got a really niche opportunity and ministry that you may want to plug into and see how you might be able to help those who are less fortunate around the globe. It's really amazing how he's reaching and touching people. Andy, you're new to the call. Why don't you just give us a elevator pitch about what you do, what your needs or wants might be, but just say hello to the group.
Yeah. Hey, good morning. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I have a passion for bringing old things back to life, specifically with office space. So we are a 20 location co-working company. All of our properties are full. We have a waiting list. We're building 3 more. We're in 5 states, mainly in the Southeast. We strangely have a property in Montana. And that's because one of our owner's daughters is in school out there. But our main point of differentiation is taking some of these Class A or Class B buildings. They're in a vibey area. They can't be isolated in the middle of nowhere because our sweet spot is bringing life to communities and building community. And we're just loving it. We're mainly in suburbs, but we're starting to move into cities as well.
Dana, I wanted Andy to meet Jess with his opportunity he's developing in North Carolina down near Pinehurst. Andy, you want to make note of
Nice.
that? I think I did an introduction to you guys, but there needs to be a follow-up there.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm happy to
Yeah.
make that introduction. Or Eric, if you want to do it, or however you want to handle that.
I think I've sent one. If I have not, does that not sound familiar to you, Andy?
It does not to me, but Chris Smith has been doing this a couple more months than he's mainly the co-working guy. I'm mainly the commercial real estate guy. So I'll check with him today. We're going to meet up at 2:00.
I'll confirm as well. So here, what we do, we're just networking. We are sharing, we
Yeah.
are showing up, and we're getting to know each other. From this call last week, I know of 3 or 4 opportunities that people are working towards LOI now, just because they showed up and they had a conversation. That's all. I like to always try to leave something that might encourage you along your week's journey. So today we're coming into Christmas season. Allow me just to share something that I love. It's about an attitude of gratitude. You know, your attitude is so important, no matter what you're going through. It's great when you're in a good season, but let me tell you what, you got to have a great attitude when you're going through a tough season. You got to have a great attitude when you're reassessing the year, which we're all going to be doing very shortly. You got to have a great attitude when you have a discouragement or a timeline of a closing that gets distracted, or you're working with somebody and it doesn't work out as so well. So, be grateful for the seasons you go through. I did a 7 series part on lessons from the hayfield. Don't know if you've seen any of the clips, but one of them talks about just being thankful for the seasons you go through. And, the farmer, he's thankful for the harvest, but in his thankfulness, he's also thankful for the season he came through. No matter if it didn't get the rain, if he had too much rain, he had to go out there and work. And he's thankful for each step. So I really want to share with you, as you go through things, do a check. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, how's my attitude? Ask yourself that. How's your attitude? Recently, someone said something to me I had not heard before. We all know the little piece about the cup of water. It's either half full or what?
Half empty.
What else? I didn't ever hear this before. It's either half full or half empty, Bratchy says. What else could it be?
Perfectly even.
Say again.
Perfectly balanced.
Perfectly balanced. All right. What else you got? Man, Dana, I can't believe you haven't heard this one. You're going to love it. It's completely full. It's half full of water, which you need for everything in life. It's half full of air, which you need for breath. It's 100% full. So it's your attitude. And, I just want to share that with you. Do a check. Check your attitude. Check how are you coming across to people? Are you coming across positive to people? Are you bringing energy to the people you're working with? It's very important. So that's it for me. I tell you what, uh, Jeff, why don't you share with the group something you like to do on a weekly basis that you have found that's good for you, that works for you, something you
Uh,
routinely do.
that I routinely do. Huh. That's an interesting one. Um, Basically, for me, I'm kind of a one-man operation. So I have properties. I'm the guy who shows them. And I make sure that when I'm talking to people, new people who are looking, uh, that I let them understand that I'm your go-to guy. I'm going to handle this thing from beginning to the end. And it's just basic stuff like that. And then when they work with me, I get good reviews because they're amazed at how much I do handle. But that's something I just do automatically, from negotiations to uh, writing, the lease up and getting it approved and getting them what they want, but also getting my owners what they need. But it's no matter who you are, when you come to me, I do the same kind. I don't want to say routine, but I give you the same information of the tools that I'm going to help you with to get to where we need to be, for signed lease, a sold building, whatever. And my reviews that I have do reflect that from all these different buyers and owners. So that's kind of what I do, no matter what the week is.
What's a yellow flag when you go in and you start working with a client or a property, something that you've seen on a uh, pretty common basis, and when you see it's like, okay, that's a yellow flag. I need to address that immediately.
Um, it's almost always around finances. To give you a prime example, um, I was working with a doctor, and he was looking for a second location, and oh, $1.5 million, 2 million, no problem. Now he was leasing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, in this case, he was buying. But as we got it, so we found the spot on Peachtree Street. Ideally, what he wanted was 1.2 million. Well, guess what? He didn't have, the finances came out when we finally got into it that he didn't, that was too much for him. We eventually did close on a building by Lenox Square, but it was 750,000. That was his real uh, area of comfort. And I had another building with him, so this was kind of on me too, because I didn't require him to give me a financial statement when he said, let's go look for buying a building, because I'd already been working with him leasing his existing building, and he'd always had the money for build out and everything. And so that kind of was on me, but I learned from that lesson. I'm always now, I want to see your finances, up front. And I'm working with a group right now that looks great. And they were like, well, let's go ahead and go to the contract. I said, no, I need to see your finances. I need to see your application and your tax returns and stuff. So that seems to be the one thing that comes up more often than not.
Anybody else want to add to that? Bad experience? How you navigated it? A yellow flag?
Mhm.
Floor is open. Tara, tell us about you. Welcome. You're saying hello today to everybody. It's a pleasure to have you here. Say hello and share a little bit about what you do and where you're at, if you would, please.
Hello, everyone. I am actually located here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee,
Oh,
really close to Gatlinburg. Um, so I have not fully joined EXP just yet. I have a couple closings that's going on right now. That's new construction, that will actually be closing Friday. So then the transition will fully happen. I personally actually own a construction business, a small construction business. However, I'm a project manager for a disabled vet SBA. It's called ABS. We do a lot of commercial. I just closed on a marina up in Kentucky that we will be constructing. So I don't want to say I dabble in a lot, but I am a jack of all trades. So we'll say it that way. I try to actually manage a lot because I am young. So I want to utilize my youth as much as I possibly can right now to be able to vitally retire, as opposed to what the government's going to tell me that I have to retire. So that's kind of the plan. That's the scope of what I do currently.
Well, thank you for sharing. And yeah, this call's open for everybody. If you're involved in real estate, someone's welcome here. So thanks for sharing with us. How cold did it get in Pigeon Forge last night?
It was actually 7 degrees last night,
That's chilly.
13 when I got up to take the kids to school this morning. So, yes, it
That's
is
chilly.
very cold.
So let's open it up and go around the horn. Share something you're looking for, something's come across your desk. I don't want this to become a Q&A with people going back and forth, but share something you've got, something you're looking for or a need, and exchange information in the chat and see where that might lead for you. Just last week alone, I know of 3 opportunities that came from this conversation we're about to have because people show up and people talk. So open the floor up. Happy to share.
I can go. And Andy Christensen, Atlanta, Thrive CRE. Again, we have 20 co-working facilities and we're trying to branch beyond co-working or co-working plus, meaning when people outgrow co-working, they need bigger flexible office space. So the 2 wins would be a city manager of one of these suburban cities that's on the turnaround, as population moves to the suburbs because people are working from home. So it's class A or class B that can't fill their building. We can reimagine it and do all the construction for them. We have a national firm that does that. Or co-working in one of those cities that's turning around and they want to bring people into their little town.
I want to
Thank
add
you.
to that thought, Andy, if you allow me to. Chris Smith and Ramon Gonzalez, founders of Thrive Co-working, their secret sauce, I believe, is they really know how to create the right atmosphere, the right place where people want to come to. So no matter what type of building it is, if they can get involved in it, most likely they're going to get the highest rents per desk of anybody else because they create such an
Yeah.
atmosphere. They're doing that in 18, I think, or 21 different cities now, from Montana to Georgia and Carolinas, Alabama, and other places. So if you know of such an opportunity, they're a great person to connect with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want,
Tommy, you got any speaking engagements coming up?
Um, not before the end of the year. I think my events are done through New Year's. Picking it back up. In February, we've got Dallas meetup for anyone local to the Dallas Fort Worth market. I might be the only one on here. That one's tailored to real estate and kind of the sports and entertainment kind of subsector of real estate. I'll have more information on that shortly though.
And why would somebody contact you, Tommy?
From the commercial space, I cater to 1031 exchanges almost exclusively. For those of you that don't know, I can deed down to the penny with mineral rights properties that, cash flow every month. There's a whole bundle of tax advantages on top. And we pay for referrals like any traditional real estate. So if you guys have a 1031 need, give me a call or shoot me an email.
Thanks, brother. Nolan, what are you into besides finding more art?
Trying to stop doing that. I'm spending too much money. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to say, business brokerage is my forte. With that said, what I'm really trying to build right now is just a professional network, a group of people like-minded who can provide value to my clients. So I'm actually going to throw a Calendly link down in the chat. And anyone here that I don't know, schedule 15, 30 minutes with me and let's just kind of see if our businesses have some, synergies where we can help refer clients back and forth to one another or just be available to help your clients if there's a problem that comes about that might be in my wheelhouse or in yours. So that's really all I'm looking for in the short term. And yeah, look forward to connecting.
Thanks, Nolan. Chris, anything going on you want to share? You want to talk about your groups and how people might tie into them and how people on the residential side that this organization may have may benefit from knowing you?
Sure. I'll drop a link into the chat, but for the ones here that don't know me, I'll give you a quick background. I started out in a boutique in the real estate. I was actually a developer for billboard structures along highways and in different towns and cities. So I spent a lot of time in city meetings doing zoning and, negotiating leases and building billboard structures. Transitioned from that, eventually ended up building a real estate network across the United States with about 600,000 agents, investors. They're based over 30 different groups. And my largest group is in Tennessee, which is about 250,000 members. So I get to spend most of my time either on Zooms like this with a lot of the top agents and investors around the country doing different things. Andy, with what you're doing in these different states, I don't have anything in Montana, but I'll put a link in the group chat. But what you're looking for, if you dropped into my different groups, you might have people that are members in those groups that know the people that you're looking for. So, which
Awesome.
might be beneficial for you.
Thank
Um,
you.
oh, for sure. And also, Dana, when you talk to Nolan, make sure you talk to him. He's doing some cool things on LinkedIn and social media. Um, Dana has an incredible following on social media. So I think you guys should definitely talk about that. And I'm happy Tara joined us today. She's, going to be joining our team, out of Tennessee there. So I think Tara, and you would love talking to Dana as well. Dana is one of my friends. We've traveled to 4 different states together, spent time in Dallas and Beverly Hills and Nashville, and North Carolina. So I just think you guys would have a great conversation because Dana, she works 3 different, she was licensed. I think, Dana, were you licensed in 3 different states? Connecticut, North Carolina, and Florida, or you were? I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough. It's
Yeah,
tough to keep up with her.
North Carolina and Florida now. When we moved to North Carolina from Connecticut, I dropped my Connecticut license because I'm not going back to cold Connecticut. So
Yeah, but I mean, so that's about pretty essentially about what I'm at. But I don't have a certain need that I'm looking for. I'm more just connecting great people around the country, and that's kind of what I spend my days doing.
Uh, Andy, Chris's platform, just to reiterate, as you're launching CRE Thrive on a national level now, your residential agents can benefit from participating in his groups. And so not only can you all create deal flow there, but I'm going to transition and talk about revenue share here. You can also learn to team together and co-sponsor together to
Hmm.
build your organization revenue share. Um, Co-sponsoring is a really powerful tool within EXP. And sometimes it's a little bit misunderstood, but it's very, very powerful. And it's something to consider. You know, when you sponsor an agent, you sponsor agent A and they're directly underneath you. And you sponsor agent B and they're directly underneath you. And you sponsor agent C and they're directly underneath you. Well, agent C can jump into agent A's downline at some point and become a co-sponsor because it's not double dipping. I can't jump down into any of those legs because that would be double dipping, but I like to make sure everybody understands the power of co-sponsoring. I'm trying to right now co-sponsor with Dana with a fantastic agent, Leanna, and I struggle with her last name, Sogstrud. She's fantastic, Dana. You're going to love her when you get to connect. And she's looking to leave her brokerage right now and bring 2 or 3 with her, and they want to start their own team. And she needed a broker, someone who's going to help them. Well, with co-sponsoring, Dana is not in the same leg that Leanna would be because I would be Leanna's sponsor. I want Dana to be her co-sponsor, and Dana can then because I'm a commercial guy. I'm not a residential guy. So you co-sponsor also with people who have a skill set that you don't have. Jeff, you're a commercial guy. You
Right.
need a really great co-sponsor in residential. Guess what? She's right here, Dana
Yeah.
Flanagan. She's an executive coach. She coaches people. She's got the experience. She's got the pedigree. She can become a co-sponsor. Chris Socklaben, he's building an organization. He's building it in luxury. He's building in residential. He's building it in business brokerage, and he's building it in commercial. Nolan, you're focusing in business brokerage, but if you want luxury, you want to connect to somebody who's in luxury to help you build a downline, right? And so use that tool. It's really powerful. What it is not set up for, it is not set up for people just to ride someone's coattails so they can make money on their organization. That's not what it's there for. It's there only to benefit the person that's coming into the organization. It's really powerful. If you want more explanation about that, let me know. I've got a flyer on it. I can show you the Ross Lagon's video on it. It's very informative and it's a very powerful tool. And the last thing I would try to charge you with is as you're coming toward the end of the year, look to see who can you encourage to come and be a part of your team. I have found that my revenue share is growing my volume in transactions because of meetings like this. And I'm just going to give another plug within EXP. I put into the chat meetings to come to. You'll see an attachment, meetings that you shouldn't miss. Download that. Be present. Be present. Meet the people that are here. Dana, talk to Nolan. Tara, talk to Chris. I know you know Chris, but find out more about Dana, how she can work with you. Jeff, get to know Andy and find out where your network can maybe help Andy where he's growing. Andy, you definitely want to talk to Chris about his platform. Everybody should know Tommy because everybody's going to need a 1031 at one point, and he can do it to the dollar. So now you don't have to go out and identify all these properties, and the returns are fantastic. So that's the power. That's why we're here. We're here for people to get to know each other and share. Encourage, know each other, and share. That's the Monday Coffee Huddle. If anybody else has something else they'd like to share before we wrap up, Dana, you've been quiet today. So what do you got for us?
Yeah. Hey. Well, I sent you that referral last week, so I know you're going back and forth with him. I've got a lot of agents that I'm talking to right now. I've got a need that's not real estate that I'm looking for capital for, but it's a really cool project. Some of you guys may or may not know, I have a 25-year real estate background. I also, as Eric said, am a speaker and coach specifically on social media branding and confidence. And all of that intertwines in real estate as well. But I also raise some capital and I do some TV media. And the media company that I work for just picked up a contract with NASCAR, and we're looking for sponsorship. So if anybody is a NASCAR fan, or it's going to be for a TV series, and I'm looking for sponsorship capital in the range of like anything over 500,000. So if anybody's interested, knows anybody that's looking to deploy some capital, wants to get involved in a really cool project with NASCAR, let me know. And I've always got stuff coming across my desk. A lot of it's equity that people are looking for right now. And I've got a lot of hotels, buildings, multifamilies that come across my desk pretty much on a daily basis. So if you have a need, let me know, and I can point you in the right direction as well.
Thanks, Dana. I've reached out to Michael again. We keep talking about when we're going to connect, so it's going to happen.
Oh, awesome. Great.
The right Michael this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
All right, so that's all I got today. Pause for a second today. Tap the brakes, pause, take a look at yourself and ask yourself, how's my attitude? When's the last time you wrote down 20 things you're thankful for? Just took time. Say, I'm going to write down 20 things I'm thankful for. Do that today. Yeah. And think about that cup. It's always full. Water, air, we need both. 100%. You guys have a killer day. Thanks for joining us, Andy. It's great to have you on the call for the first time, Tara, as well. And everyone be blessed.